This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. It does not seem to me that I can choose to have but peace today. And yet my God assures me that His Son is like Himself. Let me this day have faith in Him who says I am God's Son. And let the peace I choose be mine today, bear witness to the truth of what He says. God's Son can have no cares and must remain forever in the peace of heaven. In His name I give today to finding what my Father wills for me, accepting it as mine, and giving it to all my Father's sons along with me. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in some perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. And so, my Father, would I pass this day with you? Your Son has not forgotten you. The peace you gave Him is still in His mind, still is in His mind, and it is there I choose to spend today. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. Perfect peace. Perfect peace. Perfect peace. Perfect peace. Lesson 255, of Course in Miracles. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. 2 paragraphs, as all of these lessons in the latter half of the workbook are. We're going to go through it paragraph by paragraph, and then we're going to go through it sentence by sentence. Here we go. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. Paragraph 1. It does not seem to me that I can choose to have but peace today. And yet, my God assures me that His Son is like Himself. Let me this day have faith in Him who says I am God's Son, and let the peace I choose be mine today, bear witness to the truth of what He says. God's Son can have no cares and must remain forever in the peace of heaven. In His name I give today to finding what my Father wills for me, accepting it as mine, and giving it to all my Father's sons along with me. That's paragraph 1. Paragraph 2, prayer to God the Father. It's all in italics. And so, my Father, would I pass this day with you? Your Son has not forgotten you. The peace you gave Him still is in His mind, and it is there I choose to spend today. All right. Let's talk about it a little bit. We've been talking about the subtleties and the nuances of the presentation. Maybe talking a little bit about the deeper significance. That's my 6-year-old up there having fun. The deeper significance of the passage. So here we go. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. That means all day long, right? All day long, 24/7. Day and night, it's really what it means. Not just the day, but and what is the day, really? It really, I think really what Jesus is getting at is I'm choosing this today.
Dad, my food.
All right, bud. Give me a second, okay? I'll be up in a moment. And this is the first day of the rest of my life, and every day can be this way, right? Paragraph 1. It does not seem to me that I...
Get my food, I'm done.
I will, but give me a second, okay? It does not seem to me that I can choose to have a peace today. Right? So it seems what Jesus is asking us to do here, it's really not what he's asking us to do. It's really how he's asking us to see. It's how he's asking us to perceive everything, right? Perceive everything with the Holy Spirit, with Christ's vision. And that seems very difficult. That seems like almost impossible for us to do. And yet he says, this is possible. You can do this. This is not impossible. So it does not seem to me that I can choose to have a peace today. And yet my God assures me that his Son is like himself. It's interesting that he says, my God. He doesn't say my Father. When I was doing that just now, I almost said my Father, but it says my God assures me that his Son is like himself. My God, right? Why have you forsaken me? That's kind of the resonance of that. My God, right? God has not forsaken us. God has not forgotten us. We have not forgotten God. That's said here also, right? God could never forsake us because we are his Son and we are eternally a part of him. It's really that we have gone away, that we seem to have gone astray. But we really have not. But we have in the dream, right? We seem to be very far from God. But the reality is that it's right here, right now, in every moment, every moment of every day. It has not changed. It's the truth that's right under our noses, hidden in plain sight. It's right here if we would just listen, right? Just listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit, that's ever reminding us, like the song of the birds, that all is well in the universe. And yet my God assures me that his Son is like himself. And let me this day have faith in him who says, I am God's Son. Right? That's the Holy Spirit reminds us.
Dad, come on,
Jesus,
take my food down.
give me a second, bud, all right? I'm just finishing a video. And let the peace I choose be mine today, bear witness to the truth of what he says. God's Son can have no cares and must remain forever in the peace of heaven. Right? So as God's Son, even now, even here, even now, I can be without cares. I can be free of suffering, free of worry, free of anxiety, free of all the things that we lump into the human condition, what seems to be the human condition, things that we can never get away from, and many of us are like, how can I ever get out of this situation? How can I ever get out of this place where I feel stuck, where I feel trapped? Bruce Springsteen had that great song, Trapped. I don't know if you ever heard that song. One day I'm going to walk out of this. One day I'm going to get clear of this. But right now I feel trapped. I feel stuck in a quagmire. It seems impossible to get out of where I am. How can I ever be free of what seems to be hanging over me in every moment? God's Son can have no cares and must remain forever in the peace of heaven. In his name, I give today to finding now. In his name, is it his? Are we talking about God's name or God's Son's name? I don't think it matters. Really, it's the same thing. I give today to finding what my Father wills for me, accepting it as mine, and giving it to all my Father's sons along with me. So you notice the shift from God in the first part of the paragraph to Father, right? It shifted. It's kind of a subtle shift from God to Father, right? So whereas in the beginning we might have thought, which I did think, why doesn't it say Father? Why does it say God? And then Jesus is like, no, God is the Father. No worries. It's the same thing. God, whether you say God, whether you say Father. In his name I give today, defining what my Father wills for me. I think it's in the name of the Son, right? The Son is the Father. The Father is the Son. There really is no difference. I was thinking about the sign of the cross. If someone did it the other day, I really actually did not know it's Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right? Is the horizontal, and that's very interesting. The sign of the cross, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the horizontal. What does that mean? The horizontal means that whatever you do to the least of these, you do to me, right? That's what the Holy Spirit is reminding us, that our brother, all of our brothers, without exception, are like ourselves, and we cannot know God if we in any way have not forgiven our brother, right? So we cannot get to God without the help of the Holy Spirit, which is that reminder that we cannot have any grievance in our heart towards anyone and think that that the Son can know the Father, because that is our nature. That is our true nature. That is our true self. Is that self without care, without grievance, without any hatred, without any vengefulness, without any attack, without any need for defense. Second paragraph. And so, my Father, would I pass this day with you. Your Son has not forgotten you. The peace you gave him still is in his mind, and it is there I choose to spend today. So the Son is really still there, is right there. It seems like the Son is very far away. The Son is me, right? The Son is you. We're all the Son. It seems in any given moment of the day, especially when the going gets tough, when push comes to shove, love gets shoved out, right? Love usually falls quickly by the wayside, and we get back into the ego thought system. But Jesus is saying this is not impossible. You can be there all the time. You can be in the love all the time. The ego does not have to be your default system. The ego really is not your amigo. The ego is really the interference, what is in the way of you realizing and understanding your true reality, your true self. And really, you do not want to keep defaulting to the ego. But rather, you want to find your second nature, which is really your first nature, which is the Holy Spirit, the love and the forgiveness that the Holy Spirit shines to us and reminds us of always. So this day I choose to spend in perfect peace. Every moment of every day I choose to spend in perfect peace. I do not need to be sad. I do not need to be mad. I do not need to be feel bad. I can be glad all the time. And glad is I can be in the joy. And what better way to be in the joy than to be in your heart song. Remember, the Holy Spirit is kind of like your heart song as well. The HS, Holy Spirit, your higher self, your heart song. And this is just one way to render this passage, but we'll just do a short version right now. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. pass this day with you. Your Son has not forgotten you. The peace you gave him still is in his mind. And it is there I choose to spend today. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. This day I choose to spend in perfect peace. Perfect peace. Perfect peace. Keep smiling.